Hi everyone, Rachel Cordero here, your Norwex independent sales consultant. I just finished the dinner dishes and wanted to go over some of our kitchen cloths with you. I'm going to start with one of my favorites, the actual kitchen cloth. And this here is made of our microfiber. You all know how great our microfiber is. The fact that it has the back locker signature silver microfiber embedded in the actual fibers of the cloth, which makes it self-purifying. These cloths are similar to the EnviroCloth, but there are some differences. The difference with this is that the weave is more open, as you can tell. It's ribbed. The reason it's open, it's an open ribbed weave, is so that when you're cleaning your countertops and your stove and all the things that you need to clean in the kitchen, that it will grab onto crumbs and dirt or whatever debris that you have, but it'll release it. The EnviroCloth is such a good cloth at grabbing things and holding onto it. It might not release the crumbs and the dirt from the kitchen counters and table as well as this one does. But this does a great job in the kitchen. I really like this. Super absorbent. These cloths will retain about 7 times their weight in water. So that's awesome for a kitchen cloth. We also have its pair, the kitchen towel. It's made out of the same weaved material, the same microfiber. So you could use it, if you needed to clean up the counters as well, and it would release the crumbs and stuff. But the neat thing about this is because these are so super absorbent, you can get rid of your paper towels. Get rid of your paper towels. Use this in place of anywhere where you'd have a spill. Because it has the silver in it, the back lock, if you have to use it on the floor or somewhere icky, not a big deal. You rinse it out, wring it out afterwards, still hang it up just like we do our EnviroCloth. Hang it up by this tag here, let it dry overnight, and it self-purifies. But I love drying my dishes with this. I use the dishwasher for a lot of our stuff, but even when you pull out the dishwasher, there's still water sitting on top and there's still some water in it. And this does such a quick job of drying everything. If you also wanted to, you could lay it on your counter and use it as a place to put your wet dishes, and it's just ultra absorbent. I love these. So these really, I think everybody should have these. What I really like to do my dishes with, though, now on these, you don't do your dishes with these per se. You could, but you really maybe shouldn't, because it has the back lock in it. It absorbs everything, and you don't want the dish liquid to be absorbed in here unless you purchase the Norwex dish liquid, which is an enzyme based and wouldn't clog the fibers. But you don't want to use the regular cleaners on here because it will clog the fibers. What I do like to wash my dishes with, I actually love to hand wash my dishes with, are these dishcloths, the netted dishcloths. They come 2 in a package. These are the blue and these are the gray. They're humongous. Let me take one out and show it to you. They are absolutely humongous. Look at that. Now, when I first saw these, I thought, well, these are just netting. It's not that big of a deal. I didn't think it'd be that great. What I have done is I have thrown out all of my the foam sponges, the kitchen sponges I used to use. I replaced them with these netted dishcloths. They are fabulous at doing your dishes. They're huge, and what I do is I cut them in half. If you cut them in half, it does void the warranty, but many customers and consultants do fold them in half, because I personally feel that half a cloth is more than enough for me to wash my dishes. So if you did that and you bought a pack, you would actually end up with 4 cloths out of here. But if you don't feel comfortable cutting it, then don't. Just fold it up. The nice thing is you fold it up and it replaces your sponges. But it has the open weave, which is nice. So when you're with the sponges, what I didn't like about the sponges is the scrubby side. It would get food caught in it. You know how when you're scrubbing something like eggs or whatever, the food would get caught in the mesh. And then yes, I try to rinse it and scrub it out before I put it away. But I always felt like the sponges were disgusting. We know that they hold on to bacteria. The nice thing about this netted cloth is it does a really fabulous job of scrubbing anything, because you don't have to use it folded up. You could use it like this and ball it up, and it gets into any little crevice or any little corner of a pan or a dish that you needed to get into. Because it doesn't have the silver, you can use any kind of cleaner in your dish liquid. Of course, the Norwex is going to be the best for the environment, but you can use any kind. But when you're done with it, it just rinses out super clean and quick. It's a net, it's netting, so you just rinse out any food particles that are caught in the netting. It'll always come out quickly. And then, I mean, this cloth is not a new cloth. This is an old cloth. I've been using this, and it looks brand new because whatever is in here rinses out super clean, super quick, excuse me. And because it is so open and airy, it dries super fast. When I'm done using it, I always just hang it over the faucet right here and let it dry. It dries really quickly. It's not absorbent, so it's good for scrubbing. You're not going to be, it's not one that you'd use to be drying stuff. It's just for scrubbing. It doesn't look all that impressive, but when you use it, you're going to really see why I love this netted dishcloth so much. I'm sure you're going to fall in love with it too. This here is the all-purpose kitchen cloth. It is weaved. Let me see if I can show it to you. It's got like it's a gray cloth, and it's a waffle weave. It does not have our silver in it, the silver backlock. It does not have the silver in it, and the reason is this is what we also call our grease cloth. Anything that's greasy. So if you don't have your netted dishcloth, and you have dishes or a pan or something that's greasy, bacon grease, or you fried something on your stove and there's grease all over the stove, this is the cloth to use. It doesn't have the silver. It's not going to absorb all that grease into the fibers. So it's quick at cleaning up greasy messes. So you just, scrub up and clean up anything that you need to scrub up that has grease in it. You can use it for anything, not just grease, but this is especially nice for grease. And then it rinses right out. And this one you will have to launder more often because it doesn't have the silver in it. But with most of the backlock cloths, I say wash it about once a week. This one, of course, you'll have to wash it every couple of days like you would a normal cloth, but it does a really great job. Let me show you this one. This is a neat cloth. This is the kitchen scrub cloth. If you have the bathroom scrub mitt, this is the same material that's on one side of the bathroom scrub mitt. On the other side is really plush microfiber, then ViroCloth microfiber. But this is the netted dishcloth. And the neat thing about this one is, here, let me bring this close, is it's got nylon in it. In the little, you can see little shiny squares. The nylon gives you an extra scrubbing, scrubbing help for dishes that have something caked on or dried on. So it's got and they're like, I don't know if you can hear this. It isn't the nylon. It's a little rough. So it's nice for anything that you need a little extra scrubbing for. This one here is not one that you'd actually use on your dishes. This is our fruit and vegetable cloth. And this is nice to get the pesticides. I use it, so it's a little nubby. So this is good to get the pesticides and the wax and dirt off of your fruits and vegetables. Because, if you bring something home, unless you grow it in your own garden, if you bring it home, you don't know exactly what it's going to be on it. And even the things that say that they're organic, you still have to be careful of. So the scrubby side has like some nylon in it as well. The scrubby side is for potatoes, carrots, anything that has like a thicker skin, and then the softer side, the polishing side, is for apples and things that you want to be a little more delicate with. And the nice thing is, you can, like when you do your potatoes or your carrots, you almost don't even have to peel them because it'll do such a good job of getting the outside off. And one thing I just want to mention is the things that we get from the grocery store, they have pesticides on them and waxes to make them last longer and grow, bigger, better, whatever it is that they're trying to do. But we all know that there are so many side effects to those things. When you grow them when a farmer grows them, they put the pesticides on them about once a season, and then it'll rain multiple times, and the pesticides that are put on the fruits and vegetables are not washed away. So just keep in mind when you get your stuff home from the grocery store, if we just rinse it under the faucet, if it didn't rinse off on the field from the rain, it's not going to rinse off from the faucet. You really need to do more than just that. So that's why I recommend the kitchen, the fruit and vegetable kitchen cloth. We also have a spray for things like grapes or anything that you wouldn't want to actually scrub. You just put it in some water and spray it. So there's that as well, but I don't have any right here to show you. But there's that cloth there. And this is really nice. We We have napkins, cloth napkins. It comes in a set of 4. This is brand new. Comes in a set of 4. It has a nice like diamond pattern on it, which is kind of neat because it's kind of traditional, but it's also kind of modern. It doesn't sway too much one side or the other. The color is nice because it goes with so many. Gray is a neutral. It can go with so many different themes. The neat thing about these is they are recycled. They're made from recycled soda bottles and such. Most of the stuff that goes into recycling, only about 5% of that is actually used in new products. So I am really proud of the fact that Norwex does have recycled products. And this does have the signature back lock. So when you use these, for dinner or lunch or whatever, you can bring them under the sink, rinse them off, and hang it up. Let me see, where'd it go? Hang it up and then let it dry. And you don't have to launder these as much. Just kind of rinse them out underneath the sink. That's one thing about cloth napkins. I'm not normally a fan of them because you do have to wash them every time you use them. But with these, since they do have the signature back lock in them, our silver that will self-purify the cloth, once you just rinse it out and hang it up, you can just use these quite a few times before you actually have to launder them, which is a time saver. Here are the little mats, the dry mats. It comes in a set of 3. They are small. I just wanted to let you see them so you could see exactly how small they are. But what's really nice about these is they have the Enviro silver embedded material on the top. They have foam inside to make them ultra absorbent. They have silicone dots on the back, so they will not slide around on the counter. But I love these for a couple different reasons. If you have a baby and you want to wash nipples or pacifiers or bottles even, and you don't want to have a whole bunch of big bunch of stuff all over the counter, these are just the right size to put some baby bottles on, some nipples or pacifiers. If you travel and you're in a hotel room, you don't have to bring them all. You could just bring one of them and set your toothbrush or your makeup brushes or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about the countertop. Now you could take like a travel Enviro pack with you, the MVP pack, and that way you could clean up your own little area when you get to the hotel room. But if you don't want to do that, you can just bring one of these, set it on the sink, and that way you don't have to worry about what's on that countertop. But this is nice for just like little items. And we always have little things, straws that we have the stainless steel, the metal straws from Norwex. You can wash them and set them here to dry. And so I think these are handy, and there could be lots of uses for that. Couple more things. The Sperry Net pot scrubber and our Mighty Mesh pot scrubber. In the Sperry Net, you get 2 of these in a package. What I like about them is they do not hurt. I used to get the other silver ones that you could get from the regular grocery store, sometimes the ones with the soap in them and sometimes the one without, but they hurt your hands. When you use them, they rust and they start to get like sharp. This one here does not get sharp at all. I have one right here. I have one in here. Have used it quite a bit, and it does not get sharp, no edges, no rust. So I really like that because it just makes it comfortable. And this one is really neat. I don't have my nails done, don't do it as much as I should, but if you have your nails done, if you pay to have your nails done, you don't want to ruin them by doing your dishes, but it's got this little handle here so you can hold it, scrub your pots and pans, and not mess up your manicure. So I like this one as well for that idea. I think it's a smart product. This here is our Sperry sponge. It comes 2 in a package. It's got foam inside of it. As like I said, you can tell that I use mine. What I like about this one is it's non-abrasive, so you could use this on your pots and pans. Don't use it on your stainless steel, but you can use it on everything else. It's great. All of these here are awesome to use with like our cleaning paste to clean your stove, the inside of your oven. And this one here is for like if you have a glass top stove. This is really good with some of our cleaning paste. What I do like about this is I have been using this, and I was worried that it might like kind of fall apart and once again get sharp, because a lot of the silver things or the metal things have been sharp and uncomfortable to use. And this one is still soft and comfortable. It kind of deflates a little bit when it gets wet, you know, it's like, and then as it dries, it plumps back out. So I do like this and I do use it. Last thing I want to mention is the produce bags. We have produce bags at Norwex, and Norwex is really all about getting the chemicals out of our home, making our homes to be healthy havens, just to be healthier and smarter for the environment in the world. And these are to replace all those bags that we use at the grocery store for our fruits and vegetables. They are, you know, they're netted, and it's not the same netting as the netted dishcloth. It is a different netting, but they're netted to let the fruits and vegetables breathe, which we should do. The plastic isn't good because it's not good for the environment, and this is reusable. Well, I hope that some of